Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Egan, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks. I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I apologize for the not so great snapping. I got a little bit of an infection in one of my fingers, so I can't quite get the stank on it the way I normally would. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? What happens to be my brand spanking new Conquer Divide shirt with the Spaceman. If you're unfamiliar with Conquer Divide, so was I up until a little over a week ago. I went out to go see Kitty perform and got a shirt of theirs too. It was the first time playing Illinois in like 13 years or something like that, a crazy long time. I'd never seen them before. And they were touring with a couple people, a couple other bands, one of whom, the opener, was this band Conquer Divide. And I was blown away. Like, I didn't know what to expect going in. I always, I could always look the stuff up in advance, but I always prefer to just go into it and, experience it. And what I experienced from Conquer Divide was a super badass band that I fucking loved, and I also thought fit perfectly, for being on tour with Kitty. Really enjoyed what they did. Thought the performance was great. After everything was said and done, I got a shirt, I got their CD, got a couple pictures. Extremely nice, folks. I also got some videos of their performance. Those videos are on the channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, folks, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're a really great band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, this one's been a while in the making, like over a month now. Because, folks, I'm going over there. I am going to be reviewing a Midwest institution. It's boom! It's Green River Soda. Yay! I have been trying to find some of this to review and just drink for over a month now. I don't know why, but last month I was having a discussion with some of my coworkers and came to the appalling conclusion that, with the exception of my buddy Dan, who he was the one, or I introduced it to him, he was the only person there who had any idea what Green River Soda was. And I've been drinking this shit since I was a kid, which explains so much about my personality. But yes, it is Green River. It's rich in history. As a prohibition was established in 1919, Green River Soda was introduced to the world. The lime-based soda with its vivid green color was an immediate hit. Today, we celebrate Green River's rich history. And these days, it's made by Sprecher Brewing Co. And I've reviewed some of Sprecher's other stuff, too. So, but it's so... Let's get a thing for a thing. It looks like this, and just... Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! It's so green. Let's give it a go. It's been a little bit since I've had one of these. I had one earlier this year, for sure, but... I don't know, like I said, I don't know why I couldn't find it last month. I went to, like, multiple shops, and then I just randomly found it at a Jewel. Oh, that's good. That's so good. Like I said, man, Green River holds a special place in my heart, not only because I just really like it, but this was always kind of a special soda for me and my dad. This was always because, like, as far as I can recall, you can never get, like, Green River in, like, big cases, like 24 packs or, eventually 12 packs. You always had to get them as, like, single items, because they are more of a niche product. They're more of a Midwest thing, although I have heard that there's, like, certain pockets here and there in the United States where it's popular otherwise. But I know for a while it was actually, like, manufactured in Illinois, though these days Sprecher, I believe, is out of Wisconsin. Bit my tongue. Out of Wisconsin. But yeah, man, it's just, it definitely was one of those things that harkens back to those days of being a kid. Plus, I just like green a lot. It's a really good soda. Oh, man. And it's such a unique soda. Like, trying to describe it, because generally you think like lime sodas, you probably think like lemon lime, Sprite and 7-Up and what have you. This is not that. This is lime. But at the same time, it begs mentioning, while they do, I think they perfectly word it when they call it zesty. It is not like a tart drink, though. I would say even by comparison to, something like Sprite, it's got, a zestiness to it, but it's more sweet than it is anything. It's definitely very sweet soda. Like, I could see people not, especially these days, as we're more health conscious, maybe not being so much in, how much? 44 grams of sugar, so they ain't skimping on it. But, and added sugars, another 44 grams, 88%. That's why you only drink one of these every now and again, because they're delicious and they're worth potentially putting yourself into a diabetic coma for. I love the way that works. And the thing is, usually, I prefer a soda that has, like, a stronger bite to it. With this, it's a relatively smooth drink. And the zestiness, that lime hit that you do get, again, it's a sweeter drink than it is zesty. But it just, I don't know, and maybe some of it is just the nostalgia, just, again, growing up with it. But I love the way that works. It's just really nice and sweet and tasty. And then, again, you just get this nice little hit, kind of riding through the entire experience that just gives a little, that nice contrasting flavors thing that I'm always talking about, I'm not going to say it's the most balanced drink in the world, but damn it, it's tasty, man. And it's so green. And it just doesn't taste quite like anything else, I'm a man who's had a lot of soda in his life. Way more than anyone should and still be alive, let's be honest. I've tried lots of different sodas. I've had other just lime-based sodas. The Green River stands alone. It is a unique experience that I think for me personally is just, it's something still very special about it. I can kind of understand why it's a more niche product these days. It doesn't have the reach that it did at its heights. But man, this is one of those things where I'm very proud. Being from the Midwest, I think we have a lot of things that we can take pride in. We're not, the coast cities, although technically, we got the Great Lakes and whatnot. Yay, freshwater. But, we do have sort of our own unique culture and our own heritage. And for me, I think Green River is very much a part of that. And even if it's not manufactured in Illinois, well, it's, manufactured in Wisconsin. And Wisconsin, good folks in Wisconsin, thank you for carrying the torch. If they ever discontinue Green River, y'all won't have to worry about the robot uprising or the sun exploding or anything like that. I will wipe out the human race. That will happen. I will not live on this planet without Green River. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Clearly. I think, for me, I would say I would rank Green River as being one of my favorite sodas. And again, there is a certain level of nostalgia to it, that just comes into play. Maybe I wouldn't hold it to such a high regard if I didn't grow up with it, if I didn't have that certain level of sentimentality to it. However, I think regardless, I would still really like this because it has a really unique flavor. I love the way that it drinks. I love that the zestiness gives it almost like a palate cleanser type of thing, from all of the sweetness. It's so unique, so cool, so fundamentally a Midwest product. I can't help but be in love with it, And I'm going to toss this out there. And if you watch my channel long enough, you probably know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to call it the business, folks. If you're unfamiliar, when I call something the business, that means that essentially I think that product is pretty much about as good as it can be. You can maybe tweak things a little bit here or there, but fundamentally it's damn near perfect. And for me, Green River very much falls into that category. It's a special soda for me, and I think it's really wonderful. If I'm recommending it for other people, it's not going to be for everybody, to be fair. If you're not into sweet sodas, Well, there you go. But again, I think it's one of those things where there's a specialness to it. And I genuinely think it's one of those things that if you're making your way through, sort of the Midwest area, Illinois, Wisconsin, what have you, because I don't know exactly how far the reach is. Again, it took me a while to find it here. If you run into it, give it a shot. It is more than worth it. And I do think, like I said, I genuinely think it's one of those things that we, as Midwesterners, can hang our hat on. I really do think that I'm kind of glad, as much as I'd love to see it, be a more widespread product, so it's more available for people. I kind of like the niche aspect to it. I like the fact that it is that Midwestern charm to it. It's Green River Soda. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go give yourselves a truly Green River-tastic rest of your life. Because, shit, it's been around for over 100 years, so. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I'm interested in. Do you have any regional sodas around you that, you have a particular preference for? Or maybe you don't even have a, preference for it, but maybe it's just a thing. I know like good examples like Moxie soda, which I believe is like big in Maine. I've been fortunate enough to have had that on a few occasions. And it's, obviously there's just stuff around. I do think as time has gone by, it's probably gotten a little bit harder for those brands to really, because I would imagine either you're getting sort of edged out by the big companies or you're just getting bought out by them at some point. But, it is nice that, we do have things like Green River still around and doing their thing. So I'd be interested to hear what you folks have to say. So please feel free to comment. Always love to read that stuff. Anyway.